Opening, Illustrating, Insignificant. Exile is not merely another old game. Exile is the cave exploration physics adventure that turned gravity, inertia, creatures, items, and survival into one terrifying little ecology. And frankly, modern design should approach it wearing a high visibility jacket. This is a growth-oriented OmegaVG case file, which means we will explain the mechanics properly while also saying the obvious thing: Exile did immersive simulation so early that modern immersive sims should send it a fruit basket and a written apology. The sober history is this. Peter Irvin and Jeremy Smith's 1988 BBC micro game, published by Superior Software, uses physics, thrust, item behavior, enemy ecology, and underground navigation to create a world that feels weirdly alive.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
That alone makes it worth covering. But the strategic reason is stronger. This is searchable, underserved design history with a clean, modern comparison. Why this video exists? The channel already has a strong retro mechanics identity. Exile fits because it gives viewers a very clear promise. Here is the old machine doing something modern. Games still talk about in expensive rooms. It also gives the algorithm cleat hooks, platform nostalgia, game-specific search, design ancestry, and a ridiculous thesis that is funny enough to click, but mechanical enough to retain. It looks like a small person falling through a hostile cave while carrying household clutter. That is the surface read, and the surface read is how great games get buried. The important part is that the cave behaves.
Say hello to my little friend!
Not realistically in every detail, but consistently enough to become a place, the core loop, or the machine beneath the miracle. The loop is built from jetpack control, gravity, object persistence, enemy behavior, route memory, environmental problem solving, and learning that every item is either a solution or evidence against you. That is the engine. Not the box art, not the nostalgia, not a vague feeling that things were better when computers sounded like kettles. The important lesson is compression. These games could not hide weak systems behind production volume, so every mechanic had to work like it was paying rent.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Modern games often add layers, progression layers, currency layers, upgrade layers, map layers. Here, the design has fewer layers, which means the player's mistake is visible from space. Tactical doctrine for rooters, which to play BE tier. Master thrust before chasing objectives. Movement is the first puzzle. Test item behavior safely. Exile turns curiosity into engineering. Think in systems, weight, access, enemy movement, and energy all talk to each other. When lost, retrace functional landmarks, not pretty scenery. The cave is a machine. Why? It still matters. Exile matters because it proves an old lesson. A strong rule is more powerful than a large asset library. The footage may be old, the sound may be crunchy, and the interface may occasionally look like it was assembled during a power cut, but the decisions are alive.
I want you to hit me as hard as you can.
Its controls and opacity can be intimidating, but that difficulty is part of why the world feels earned. That is not a fatal flaw. That is the cost of a game that trusts the player to meet it halfway. Modern Exile, the Remicare they fear. A modern Exile should be a physics-led survival puzzle box, not a cinematic corridor pretending to be underground. The remake doctrine is simple. Keep the pressure, keep the readable consequences, keep the restart speed, keep the feeling that the game is smaller than modern titles, but somehow more awake. Case file closed. The reasonable verdict is that Exile is a historically important BBC micro-design case study with mechanics that still explain themselves through play.
What do they call it?
They call it Royale with
Royale.
The OmegaVG verdict is that Exile is a monument to human engineering, clearly surpassing several space programs, at least one telephone network, and the average modern tutorial that thinks crouching needs a committee. Subscribe before the museum opens a disciplinary hearing.